let me put something in front of you that we've found in the conversations we've had and the companies we've spent time researching seems to be a very effective tactic. And I wonder how you think about it. And it's something we refer to as reframing. It's not a unique concept, but it's built around this idea that the same work task can be described in two ways, in a negative way, and that really offers very little opportunity for connecting meaning and fulfillment, but then as well a way that is rich with meaning and fulfillment. And sometimes an example that I would give is, okay, Holly, I know it's 8 o'clock and I know it's Friday. I don't want to hear it. Okay. But we're going up to 35th. Yes. 35th is on that side of town. And we got to get under this person's house. And it's a mess. Yeah, it's a mess. Okay. It's going to stink. Okay. And we're going to get all this stuff. And I don't want to hear any complaints about it. And then we'll get back to our Saturday. Okay. So any complaints? I don't want to hear it. Zip it. It's Friday night for me too. Or, right? Or the same jobs as, hey, look, I know it's 8 o'clock at night, but it's also 8 o'clock at night for Mr. and Mrs. Malcolm. I want to tell you about this couple. They've lived in this house for nearly 40 years, and this couple's been married for 30 of those 40 years. And here's what happened: their sewage backed up, and they were redoing the floors, and they made the mistake of moving all their belongings into the crawl space, and it's not looking good. But here's what we're going to do: we're going to get over there, and we're going to make sure that all their belongings very carefully get taken out, get placed in the vehicle, and we're going to show them that even though it stinks, that you can still help someone with a smile. How's everybody feeling? Same situation. You know what I'm saying? What do you think about reframing? And is that something that is leveraged? Does that fit into your model?
It does. It definitely fits. I think it fits into all of our model, right? Because it's really about changing how we view it. And
Mm-hmm.
our leadership team just recently did an emotional intelligence training that was like 16 weeks long. And you had to check in with how you were feeling each day. And emotional intelligence sometimes is about reframing how we view things and how we feel about things. And I think similar to our industry, right? How we view the opportunity to help someone
Mm-hmm.
versus how we view work. And I certainly didn't think I was going to take a career in cleaning people's dirty clothing, right? That wasn't a career path I chose, or at least
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't one I thought I was going to choose. But the
Mm-hmm.
framing that I received wasn't about, hey, you're going to go into these nasty homes and there's soot and water
Mm-hmm.
damage and raw sewage and you're going to truck through it and it's going to be disgusting. And that wasn't the frame job, right? The frame job
Mm-hmm.
was, hey, we get to go out and help people who've had this devastation in their home, and
Mm.
we get to help make this better for them, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's
Mm-hmm.
through the restoration of their property, the restoration of their belongings, right?
Mm-hmm.
We get to be there for them at a
Mm-hmm.
time that they need us.
Mm-hmm.
And we get to be the superhero in the story,
Mm-hmm.
right? Not the villain. And I think that means something to people, right? That, oh my gosh, I
Yeah.
get to go help somebody. And I think
Yeah.
the way that you said that, Leighton, was perfect because I think, yeah, it's Friday afternoon. I had plans with my whatever that night, right?
Yeah.
And my significant other, and or maybe I was
Yeah.
taking my kids somewhere, and now all of a sudden, because we work in emergency services, I'm not going to be able to do that, right?
Yeah.
I also think sometimes we can really frame that too from a perspective to say, hey, I know that we really have to bend over and help them today and tonight,
Mm.
but
Yeah.
I'll make sure that maybe next Friday, especially again, focused on helping the homeowner is
Mm.
critical. But I also think it's important to focus on the employee, right? And
Yeah.
asking them, hey, we really need to be there for Mr. and Mrs. Smith, but I
Mm.
certainly know that you may have other plans. And can you support them the same way
Mm-hmm.
that you're supporting? I'm a big proponent of internal and external customers are equally important to your success. And
Mm-hmm.
I would follow up your framing with how
Mm.
did we frame the need to help, right? Did
Yeah.
we check in with them first and say,
Hmm.
hey, this is happening, and making sure, right? Because again, I need them to really care about Mr. and Mrs. Smith. So in
Hmm.
order for that to happen, they have to feel like I really care about them too.